Alright, hi out there in the YouTube land. This is going to be the video on Virgo. Sorry it's been a little, in the making. Like, it's been a little while since I posted one, but on the previous video, Leo, I had a little, muddle with some people. And I've left all of the comments there, so anyone that's watching this Virgo video, if you want to see how some Leo people, how opinionated they can be, go and check out the Leo video, because I kept it there. I don't remember even this person's name, because it frustrates me to no end. So I kind of have created a mental block to their name, where I don't, because if I don't retain an amount of caring for someone, then I have a hard time remembering their name, because they don't stand out as important. So, yeah, but my whole point of this is that Leo's, the previous sign, is a fixed nature. And that fixed basically means kind of stubborn, and that their view is, and this applies to all people to certain degrees, is that all people, of course, their opinion is like the most important to them. However, depending on the sign, they're a little more stuck to it, and like, I will admit, I'm a Sun Taurus, so I have very fixed natures inside of myself. But moving in to Virgo, they're mutable, which means that they're adaptable. That means that they have that kind of entrepreneurial energy about them. They're also the critic of the zodiac. And well, where does this critic nature come from? It's because in our modern day world, where it's like ruled by man, or men pretty much, like there's been an extreme suppression of the divine feminine, and Virgo represents that. Like, our classical world might, not classical, our brainwashed modern day heliocentric, egotistical, male run world might see Virgo as being bitchy when they're just pointing out things that are wrong, because they are the critic. So when they see something out of place, or, it could be something physical, like when it has to do with, like, not necessarily with vanity, but just with how things should be neat and organized. And Virgos typically are clean. They like things in order. Everything has its place and everything in its place. Now, of course, this isn't always so. Like, there can be exceptions to this rule, but only if there are other elements in the chart present that will sway them to be another way. But that doesn't mean that deep in their character trait, like deep in their soul, that doesn't mean that there's still that inkling where it's going to bother them if there's a mess. They just kind of, maybe there's a certain element to them that doesn't care. Like, they got something in Pisces, and Pisces is on the same axis of Virgo, and that means that they share a lot of character traits, except, well, and what is that axis that Virgo and Pisces are on all about? Well, and it's about romance. It's about perfection. It's about, and they both express these in completely opposite ways. Virgo is like the physical perfection of the world. Taking notes, writing things down, making lists, seeing the little details, the little teeny details that all add up to make the book that is our life. Like, they see all those little details. And if one of your little details is out of place, they're going to criticize you on it. And how you deal with that is, that Virgo is only going to criticize another individual if they actually truly care about that individual. If they see that they're going down a bad path and it's fucking them up and they don't deeply care, well, they're not going to point it out. They don't care if they crash and burn. But if they care about you, they're going to point things out. And you might find it irritating, but that's just how a Virgo is. And you should be more from the mindset where try to learn from everybody, try to incorporate everybody's perspective into your own. And if you have a hard time doing that, it's because you're too obstinate to, embrace anyone else's perspective other than yourselves. And if you can manage to, share information with other people without being, dragged down by negativity of those other people, then you're doing whatever subject you're trying to teach about, you're doing it wonders, because you're not getting bogged down by the people that are just serving as obstacles in the grand picture of your self-development. Because it's not about everyone's self-development. your perspective matters from your perspective. Everyone is the center of the universe from their perspective. And that is what I find makes astrology such a sacred and holy science, is that it gives respect to everyone's individual nature, because just like a crystal, how it needs different temperatures and pressures and environmental conditions and water, depending on what type of crystal is going to form. Well, if you got a quartz crystal, you can't freak out at it and be like, you're not a diamond, because it didn't have the conditions to form a diamond. And it's made up of completely different atoms and molecules, and the whole structure is different. And to try to self-impose your own creation on them, especially if you're going to do so in, like, negativity, and, like, I find a lot of YouTube is, like, really, really heavily injected with this, like, I don't know, negative vibe. But, yeah, so Virgos can tend to be the critic, tend to be a little critical of other people. They represent the harvest, and because it's the time of the year when, like, you're reaping the wheat. That's why it's a Virgo holding wheat in her arms, because they represent going through all the wheat and discarding what isn't good. They have that filter in themselves where they keep what is the best, and they know that. So, yeah, I hope that this video has been somewhat informative. I only got 7 minutes, and it's going on almost 7 minutes, so I'm going to cut it now. But, yeah, the next one is going to be number 7, which is Libra, the balance. So, look forward to that one, and mwah! See you in my next video.